In order to let go of the strategy, first and foremost, you are going to have to tap into your bravery. Limbo is the result of your unwillingness to face, feel, and deal with something in your life. It is about fear and avoidance. Bravery is the antidote. And bravery is like a muscle you need to learn to exercise. Admit that you are afraid, and admit to what you are afraid of. Bravery does not imply the lack of fear. It implies that you are very conscious of the fact that you're afraid, and yet you are moving forward and deciding something or taking an action or doing something with that fear. Bring your fear out into the open and into plain view by looking at it, examining it, writing about it, talking about it, finding out whatever it will take to resolve that fear. You need to validate your fear instead of judge yourself as wrong for having that fear in the first place. If you judge your fear, nothing's going to come out of that except for more fear. This means there's a really valid reason why you're feeling the way you're feeling, regardless of whether or not you're actually perceiving accurate consequences that might come as a result of something you might decide or say or do. It's valid for you to feel that fear because you're perceiving those consequences to exist. The next thing you need to do is to get very, very clear. When you are using limbo as a subconscious power strategy, or even a conscious one, then you will actually use confusion as a way of disguising the fact that you're using limbo as a power strategy. A better way of saying this is you are going to use confusion as a way of disguising your unwillingness to face and deal with whatever situation in your life you feel like you can't deal with and can't face. If you're stuck in limbo, you will keep trying to distract, postpone, defend, analyze, rationalize, and explain the situation. You do this so you can expend energy without having to make a decision or take an action. Essentially, whether you realize it or not, you're actively spinning your wheels so as to avoid moving forward. So the question you need to ask yourself is, how are you confusing yourself? And how does doing so benefit you? Be brave enough to see the personal payoffs that staying stuck in limbo and keeping other people in limbo is giving to you. From there, you need to make a conscious choice. Either consciously choose to stay in limbo, knowing very powerfully the reason why you're doing it and also the consequences for doing so, or get the hell out of it. From there, face and examine and identify how to approach and resolve the fear you have in your situation, and then face, examine, and identify how to approach and resolve the problem that you're afraid about in and of itself. Whatever you do, do not ignore, do not deny, do not run away from the problem that you are facing. Serious rule of thumb there. Don't go into avoidance mode.